Great evening, beautiful people. Great evening. We are so super duper excited to have each and every one of you guys with us this afternoon. We hope that all is well in your world. Welcome, 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 folks. We are so excited to have you. Welcome, welcome, beautiful people. Join us this afternoon. Make sure that as you are joining us on this beautiful Sunday evening, you are dropping a hello in the comments. Make sure you are sharing this video today. We are on a mission to educate and empower on issues that are relevant to day-to-day living and being a boss every single day. So great evening, beautiful people. We hope that you found time this weekend to engage in some self-care. We know that self-care is always best care. So again, welcome. Go ahead and drop those comments. You guys know we love for you to check in, say hello, tell us where you're joining us from. What did you do today? How was your weekend? And always, what's in your cup, tea or coffee today? We are going to go ahead and get this party started. We are going to get this party started ASAP. To our viewers, hello. We miss you guys. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Today we are talking about going green. And I even put on my green gear. I got home and I changed into green because we are going green today on a topic that everybody, I am 100% certain, could always use some tips and tricks for. We are talking about financial literacy today. I see you, green tea. Yes, we are excited to have folks join us in our favorites, our normals. Hello, green tea it is. Somebody else, what are you having tonight? What do you have in your cup tonight? Great evening. Drop those great evenings. Make sure you are liking and sharing this comment because we have the guru, Mr. Health and Wealth himself, about to come on this stage, and we want to be fully ready for him. So, again, great afternoon, great evening. We hope that everyone has had an amazing time. We're going to go ahead and jump into this party. Again, what are you drinking? What's in your cup, y'all? It's cold. It's warmed up. I left New York. It was freezing in New York. Okay. It was very cold and wet. It is 70 degrees, but I still got hot tea because it makes me happy. All right, folks, we are getting ready to get started. I am going to bring my guest up on this stage. Welcome, 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 sir. How are you today?
What's going on? What's going on?
I
Let's
love
let's get it.
Let's
Let's
get
get it.
it.
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good. Here we go, folks. So we have with us today none other than Mr. JaMaury Norris himself, who is Mr. Health and Wealth. He is the CEO, the founder. He's running and rocking with JD Assets Group. He is a financial advocate. He is an author of this amazing book, y'all, which I promise you want for you, your family, your cousins, your babies, everybody. You want it because that is where we are coming from tonight. And he is ready to drop some nuggets with us. But before he starts, again, I need you guys to do us a favor. Like this video, share this video, drop a hello in the chat because we want to make sure that this is being seen and shared as many times. So, again, it's all about helping others be great. All right. So, you help us do that. So, as we get started, Mr. Norris, the
Yes.
first question: who are you? Tell us
Who
a
am,
little bit about you.
who am I? Man, I'm just a single child, only child to a single mother that had me at 16, originally from Michigan. Grew up in poverty, came down to Mississippi to attend Jackson State, and got my degree. And then I just had a rude awakening once I graduated.
Wait a minute. Where did you graduate from? Go ahead and share with the people
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you
So
know.
the I love Jackson State University, of course. You know what I'm saying? Got a degree in business management. But I felt that even though I graduated with my degree and I was ready to jump into the corporate world, I was lacking a skill set.
Yes.
And that skill set was knowing how to manage money. And we're not taught it. We're not taught it. And so even though I was prepared from an educational standpoint, I had no clue. I had no clue in how to really manage my money, how money worked, how the game of money worked, and really how to, take my money and make that money grow for me,
Yes.
so that I wouldn't be, always working for money. I wanted that money to work for me because eventually, you want to sit down somewhere and do some things that do some things that you want to do and not always what you have to do.
That's right. That's right. So listen, I'm going to start with the quote on the back that
Hmm.
is like okay, if you don't get it here, you don't understand it anywhere. So I'm going to read this one because I think that it is the great segue into our conversation tonight.
Okay.
You say poor people live day to day.
Hmm.
Middle class people live month to month. Rich people live year to year. Wealthy people live generation to generation. Talk to us about that. What does that mean?
Absolutely. So it's basically about being prepared, right? Being prepared because if you don't manage your money, your money will manage you,
Yes.
right? So it's two types of when we talk about and when I wrote that quote, I think we had somewhat of a class system, but right now it's really just kind of like you know the poor, the working poor, and then the wealthy. That's
Absolutely.
it's really not a class, if you will. But to me, when you break down the classes, like you said, you have poor people, you have broke people without money,
Yes.
you got broke people with money, and then you got wealthy people. So the major difference between broke people without and broke people with is that broke people without money are working for survival, and
Mm,
broke people with money are working to maintain a lifestyle.
say
And
that again, because I'm gonna sit back in my seat on that one. Yeah.
all right, so broke people without money are working for survival,
Yeah.
right? Because they don't, it's kind of hard to make ends meet. So they trying to move up in the world. So they just starting from the ground level. But then you get to the point where you start getting a little bit of money. You like, okay, I'm moving up. I got the raise, I got the degree, I got the master's, I got the whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But then what happens is we start to elevate our lifestyle with our income. So therefore, we're working just to maintain a lifestyle and we're not working to build wealth for generations to come. And
Yeah.
that's why I said, wealthy people live generation to generation
Yeah.
because that money lasts eons. You think about people like, the Rockefellers and the Disneys and the Waltons and stuff like that. Like generations ain't even got to worry about it because they already know it's taken care of.
Listen, so as we get ready to get started, and I want everybody that's watching this to write this in the chat right now. I gotta change my mindset about money. Type that in there.
Absolutely.
I've got to change my mindset about money. I can speak for me. Much like you, I'm the product of a single mom. I grew up in poverty, and it was the same way, right? We
Hmm.
worked really hard. We excelled in our scholarly endeavors. You get the job, right? And
Hmm.
so, even for me in the state of Mississippi, even though we know in the state of Mississippi, teachers still don't make a lot of money in the grade, they don't. Definitely
Hmm.
don't make teachers don't make enough that they should make anywhere, but definitely
Correct.
some states more than others. But even in that, in the state of Mississippi, coming out making $35,000, coming from the certain level of poverty that I was in, right? That
Hmm.
was a massive shift.
Absolutely.
However, I say this, and it's one of the reasons why I'm passionate about when I'm in schools and I'm in corporations. We got to start with our mindset.
Absolutely.
If you've grown up a certain way and we've developed certain habits, you can take me out of that situation, right? You
Hmm.
can give me however many dollars, whatever. But if my mindset and my relationship with money doesn't change, the amount of this cash or assets, I'm still going to be in this little rat race. I'm going to
Absolutely.
circles, right? So with that in mind, again, I want you guys to drop that in there. I've got to change my mindset about money, y'all. We've got to have a better relationship, if you will,
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
money. This is the first question because I believe in being real on this show. I believe in being authentic, fiercely authentic. This is the first question. What would you say to somebody? And we're going to get into your tips right next, but what do you say just in general for someone who may be feeling overwhelmed financially at this moment with life,
Hmm.
right? You got all the bills, you feel like you're not making enough money, stressed, bills,
Hmm.
ends quite they not connecting.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to somebody right now before we forge ahead talking about
Yeah.
generational wealth?
The first thing I'm gonna ask him is, "Where's your budget?" Let me see your written budget, because over 70% of Americans don't budget. They just
I'll type
they
that in the chat. Where's my
they where's your budget? Because it's just like goals. Like they say, okay, you gotta write the vision and make it plain. You gotta see it, right? That's a goal. And same thing with the budget. Like you have to tell your money where to go. Because if you don't, you're gonna get paid and you're gonna be like, man, I could have sworn I just had $20. Like where did it go? Like what I just got paid and now I'm, the bills done went out, you know what I'm saying? So you have to really have a very sobering conversation
Mm,
and put pen to paper. And most people don't want to put pen to paper because they're afraid of what they're going to see.
yes.
But that's the only way that you have to, that you're going to really come to reality and
Yes.
say, okay, I'm either living above my means
Yes.
or I'm not making enough money. Something's got to change because I got, more month at the end of the money,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
you have to write that down and say, okay, well, I don't really need this. Like let's trim the fat. Let's because I'm stressing myself out trying to maintain something that I really can't afford, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's just be we got to be completely honest with ourselves when it comes to money and stop worrying about keeping up with folks. Because a lot of times we trying to impress folks that we don't even like and don't even care about us, right? We try to impress, you try to get the car, you try to get the bag, the Louis bag, you try to get the J's. Like, listen, don't nobody care. I promise. Ain't
Right.
nobody taking you that seriously.
Right.
Ain't nobody taking you that seriously. I promise you.
Oh,
I
you're
pro- I had
great.
to learn this the hard way. I was like, you know what? The less I started caring about what people thought when it came to me and financially, the
Yes.
better. The better I became a better steward of my money because
So
now
I'll drop it in the chat. This is the question because I'm all about reflection, right?
yeah, yeah.
Do I
So
care too much? That's the question. Do
yeah,
I care too much? Drop it in the chat. Do
that's
I
that's
care?
a great question. Do you care too much? I promise. Once you stop caring, it's man. There's and I'll drop this, but there's a show on it was on Netflix, but now it's on YouTube. It's called The Minimalist. I don't know if you ever saw that, but in essence, it's about, kind of just like downsizing and like decision fatigue, but it really helps you change your mindset as it relates to how you spend your money, how you spend your time, and especially in a world where we're constantly marketed to.
Yes.
Every time we turn around on our phone, on our computers that we drive up the street, on the radio, we're constantly being marketed to because somebody wants your money.
Yes.
But hey, you got to tell them no.
Oh, y'all, wait
You
a
got,
minute. I'm gonna
you
drop this.
just got to tell them no.
I gotta say no. I got to tell them no. Tell
You,
them no.
you got to tell them no.
No. All right, so this leans right into this. So in your book, which again I strongly suggest you guys get, Mr. Norris, Mr. Health and Wealth is actually he's so modest, y'all, but he is in schools teaching financial literacy to children, to young adults, y'all, and we all know how better off we would have been had we had some true financial literacy before we graduated from high school, right? But this book is written in a way, y'all, you need it in your home. I don't care if you are 15, 55, 25, 85, you need this book in your home. I want to lean into one of the things that you talk about in the book. What are your top 5 great money habits? And you don't have to go into all of them, but for somebody that's on, and especially again, folks that are in poverty, people that are not making 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 60,000. I'm
Right.
talking about your average person right now, day to day, who is trying to figure out how do I get above the water? What are some of the top 5, your Jay's top 5 money
Absolutely.
habits?
Okay. So the first one is make sure that your mortgage or your rent is 25% or less of your take home pay. All right, let me break that down. So if you and this is take home, not gross. This is take home. So say if you bring home $4,000 a month, your mortgage or your rent should be no more than $1,000. All right. Now, some people may say, well, based on what I make, that ain't realistic. Okay, well, you need that that's honesty. Honesty. You either need a roommate or you need to downgrade. It's as simple as that because you're trying to maintain something that's it's not feasible.
Yeah.
And you can't expect to move forward if you don't I mean, money is a game, and you gotta follow the rules. You
Yeah.
can't come into this money game and try to set your own rules, because money gonna win every time, right? You have to follow the rules. Like these ain't when I say, Jay's money habits, these rules are
Yeah.
universal, right? But they're just not taught, and they're not taught at a young age, so therefore we don't adapt it. Also, make sure that you pay yourself first. Pay yourself first, right?
To us
Whatever.
about that one. We struggle with that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because this is how I like to look at it. So your household is a business. Your household is a
Oh,
business.
wait. Y'all drop it in the chat. My household is a business.
Your
We don't
household
look
is
at
a
it that
business.
way. We don't. And make
No,
sure you like and share this video, but drop that in the chat. My household is a business.
your household is a business, and you got employees, and you know who your employees are? Your bills, energy, Atmos,
Wait.
them that gym subscription, that Hulu, that Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So here's the deal: when it comes to a business, and the business is having financial problems, generally, what's the first thing to get cut? Employees.
Yes.
That's the biggest, because salaries are the biggest thing. So you got to look at your employees. Like, you know what? Y'all ain't serving a purpose here. It's like, okay, that gym membership, I ain't using that anyway. Let's cut that. Let's cut that. I ain't really watching that BET Plus, and they trying to hit me for $20. I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I got this. I got the. I got this. You got the little meal prep joint that you ain't using. Meals come to the house and then they spoil because you ain't eating that. You know what I'm saying?
Shame.
So come on, look. So why you waste that money? Why you waste that money? And most people think that, okay, well, it's only $10, only $15. Man, I promise you, death by 1,000 cuts. You nickel and diming yourself to
Ooh.
death. I get so. I mean, I'm serious about mine. I remember AT&T. AT&T had I just got the internet with them, right?
Mhm.
Because I ain't got cable, because that's a waste of money. Some
Yes.
folks out here paying like 200
Yes.
200 for cable. For 1,000 channels they ain't even watching. For
Right.
what?
Right.
So AT&T, I was like, look, I don't want this cable. And I ain't had cable in like 10 years. So I was like, I need the internet. It was like, all right, bet, $55. I said, I can do that. I saw one time on the bill, it went up to like $58. I was like, hey, because I be watching mine, because this is the thing. If you go, they just gonna slide it in there because they think you ain't gonna say nothing. But it's
Yeah.
gonna be 58. The next time it's gonna be 65. Then it's gonna be 70. It's gonna be 80. It's
Right.
gonna be 100. Then it's like, okay, I'll call them in a heartbeat. I was like, listen, I've been talking to Comcast. They said they're gonna give it to me for the cool 50. What y'all want to do? Because they don't want to lose clients. They don't want to.
Right.
So like I said, they're an employee. If I'm not finna go broke paying somebody else when they're an option. We either gonna downsize or we gonna get rid of them,
Y'all
because
drop
this
that
is my
in
because
the
this
chat.
is my business.
That's it.
You an
It's an option.
employee.
It's an option.
It's an option. Now,
Mhm.
some stuff, of course,
Yeah.
electricity, gas, water, those are necessities. You can't do too much about those, right?
Right.
But for all that other stuff, because usually it's the other stuff that get people in financial trouble. It ain't the necessities. It's the fact that you can't distinguish your needs between your wants. And now, because you want something, now you in financial trouble. Or
Mm.
now you in financial stress. All right. And then one of the last ones is to invest your money to gain your time back.
Mm.
You got to invest your money to gain your time back. Time is your greatest asset. And if your money doesn't work for you, then you will always be working for money.
Mm. So let's lean into that, Mr. Health and Wealth.
Yeah.
What are some myths about investing?
Man.
'Cause, let me just say this. Again, I just told you I am day by day working on my relationship with money, my
Mhm.
mindset with money. And it's a language you need to learn sometimes too, okay?
Absolutely. You got to
About
unlearn some stuff.
talking about investing and stock market and all of that. I want to say this loud and clear to my folks on here with children. While you're learning, let them learn with you. These
Absolutely.
children will learn and they'll soak up whatever they're exposed to, which is why you better be careful what they're watching and what they're listening to, right? But Tyler Jacob is in a stock market class. His mama is like old, right? You know, they say you can't teach your old dog new tricks, right? You can. It just sometimes it take a little longer, right? So
Yeah.
mama is back here trucking. Tyler is gone. Tyler got he got an account. He's managing. He watching mama. It's up to date. Dot, dot. And I'm sitting up here. Wait a minute. What? Wait. So talk to us right now. Anybody myths that we are soaking up and believing about investing?
Yeah. So two of the major myths that I hear about the stock market is first is that you got to have a lot of money.
Mm.
You got to have a lot of money, right? And the second one is that it's too risky. And the third one is that's a rich man's game. Like,
Mm.
okay, if it's a rich man's game, don't you want to be a part of that? What's the opposite of your current situation? Uh,
Why
you
do we
can't.
play ourselves so small?
Woo! It'd be rough. It'd be rough. Now, first off, so to attack the first one, that you need a lot of money. You don't need a lot of money. You just need to be consistent. You just need
Mm.
to be consistent. I don't care if you dropping in $25, $50, or whatever a month. Once you get through that budget and you realize some stuff that you don't need, you can find like that cable that's 200. Go ahead and slice that cable and put 200 in some stock every single month.
Mm.
Do that, because what happens is when you start early, especially, and here's the deal, like a lot of us, especially as African Americans, if we most of the time we first generation own a lot of stuff. We first generation graduate from high school, first
Yes.
generation graduate from college, first
Yes.
generation to buy a home. All right. So a lot of times we first generation own a lot of stuff. But hey, if you didn't come from a wealthy family, then a wealthy family has to come from you.
Oh, yeah, drop it in the chat. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Again, we have bought into so many myths, even outside of money,
Mm-hmm.
just about who we are individually, who
Mm-hmm.
we are collectively, and the power that we have to shift things, right? So I'm
Absolutely.
not a gambler. But let me
Yeah.
tell you, and like this is another myth people have, but all black folks play cards. I'm horrible. But let me say this: life deals each and every one of us a hand.
Absolutely.
What I know factually is though, you get to decide how you're gonna play that hand.
Mm-hmm.
You get to
Correct.
decide that. And
Correct.
so too many times we are buying into this, woe is me, and there is nothing that I can do, y'all. Say one more time what you just said, and I need y'all to type it in there. You said if you didn't come from a wealthy family, what?
Then a wealthy family has to come from you, right? So
Yeah,
first off, so what that means is you can't be selfish, because
yeah,
most people be like, well, I got it out the mud. This is how I got it, so they gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? Nah, 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 nah. You can't think like that.
yes,
That's what when I think about that, what I just said, I think about like life insurance, how folks to be acting with, we'll get you some life insurance. We will talk about that too, because that's easy money right there.
yeah.
But yeah, so being consistent, because just think about it. And I did when I speak, I do a study, like a 10-year study on Apple, a couple of stocks, most stocks that most young people or teenagers buy. So they know Apple because everybody got a smartphone. They know Louis Vuitton because everybody see the Louis bags, belts, shoes, what have you, and they know Nike because everybody rocking Jordans, right?
Mhm.
So I did this 10-year study from 2013 to 2019, and if you put in $25 a month, based on where Apple was 10 years ago, was roughly about $20,
Mhm.
considering the stock splits, because they've had multiple stock splits. And in the height of 2013, it was close to like $200.
Mhm.
So $25 a month for 10 years, you looking at roughly about 20 plus $1,000, right?
Mhm.
Um, Now, so just imagine, like, you didn't do anything. You just putting your money in a place where it can grow. You going about your daily business, doing your job. You ain't got to go sell no phones. You ain't got to repair no phones. You ain't got to deliver no phones. No, but now you're a part owner in the company. The stock market is the only uh, um, place where you can invest, where somebody does all the work, they put up all the capital, they hire all the employees, they do all the marketing, they do the infrastructure, and then you come along and say, "Let me get a piece of that."
Yeah.
And now you own the company. So just think, like, from birth, like even with your children, from birth, if you just put in just a little bit, like I said, take that cable that you ain't watching and put that $100 in the stock market every single month for 18 years, easily, just with Apple alone. If you've done that from with your child from birth to the time they graduate, you ain't got to worry about buying them no car, because the stock market gonna pay for it. You
Yeah.
ain't got to worry about paying for school, because the stock market gonna pay for it. You
Yes.
ain't got to worry about a down payment for the house, because stock market gonna pay for it. Like, that's how you change the game. And then now they see that. So
Yes.
what's gonna happen? Now you done pass it down, because now we develop a habit, we've developed a tradition. So now this is what we do.
Right.
It's the rule, not the exception anymore.
That's right.
Like, the mindset is totally shift. Like, I ain't got to change my mindset, because
The
this is the mindset that I grew up with all this time. We invest. That's what we
we
do.
invest. Y'all
Yeah.
drop it in the chat one more
It
time.
ain't
Y'all
even like,
invest.
because, and it's crazy why it's so needed, because even when I go to places and speak, and you could tell when I talk to these students, especially, I mean, I'm usually talking to, juniors and seniors, because they, they got the jobs, or they about to go off to college, so they about to make some financial decisions. And I get to talking about, credit building and budgeting in the stock market, and I put up 50 companies up there. And I say, how many of y'all use these companies, or y'all parents use these companies? Anywhere from Apple to Google to Amazon to, Verizon to, Nike to, whatever, Costco. And they're like, yeah, we all them companies, all them companies. And I was like, well, why don't you own them? Why don't you own them? We need to stop being consumers and start being investors.
Absolutely.
I mean, especially black folks. Black folks. I'm talking to black folks now. Listen, stop consuming everything.
Everything.
Hey, like I said, don't nobody care that you got the latest Louis, you got the latest red bottom, you got the don't nobody care. Don't nobody care.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've never owned a pair of Jordans. Never. Right? And as that's pretty rare for a black man, right? I used to want one. We used to want a pair when I was young, but
Yeah.
we broke, we Section 8. You know what I'm saying? Government subsidized housing. So it was like, hey, it is what it is. But as I got older, I was like, I don't think I want to pay 200. I don't want
Yeah.
to pay. I don't want
Yeah.
to pay 200 for the shoe. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I could be, because I look at every dollar that's leaving your home or your bank account, unless it's a necessity, it's like, is that dollar gonna come back with some more dollars?
Mm.
When you make that purchase, you look like needs versus want, and there's nothing wrong with spoiling yourself a little bit, celebrating yourself, but at the same time, because there should be that's why the budget is important. There should be a budget for that. But there is no reason, if you are purchasing needs or even liabilities, that you shouldn't be purchasing assets every time that you purchase a liability. There's no reason for that, because if you save money now, money will save you later. And
Oh, it's another one. Y'all drop it in the chat. Say it one more time.
if
We
you
taking notes, y'all. We taking notes tonight. Class is in session. Say it one more time. I'm typing.
if you save money now, the money will save you later. Simple as that. But like I said, you have to get in the habit mindset. You have to get in the habit, because if you don't, because most of our money habits come from our upbringing.
Yes.
If your parents never saved, never invested, if they were just on, straight material stuff, and you might have been spoiled or what have you, then you didn't understand that concept.
Yes.
You didn't understand that concept. Or if you didn't share with your child, like, this is how much it costs to live here.
Right.
Like, let's sit down. Let me show you. because we always complaining about our kids, like, because they want everything. They
Everything.
think money grow on cheese. They don't
Listen, they
understand the
bring me a
concept.
board. It's time, Ma. I want.
Yeah, they just want, and that's cool. But let's break this down. Let me show you what
Yeah,
it costs. This is the mortgage. This is the electricity. Like when you turning them lights on, you don't turn them off. This is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi ain't just some magical thing in the air. Wi-Fi costs. The internet costs. You want to play Roblox? That's the internet. We paying for that. We
we
paying
can.
for that.
That's
All right.
right.
The gas to take you to school in that car. That's a car note out there. That's how much it costs to keep that car. All right. So it's like, and then look, this is how much I make. So now let's look at that. Let's go ahead and subtract that. All right.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to maintain this type, if you like the life that you live in now, then you need to make this or more, right? If you don't like the current situation that you in, right, and you want to live somewhere, or you want a bigger house or whatever, then let's look at that. Okay, what is it that you want to do with your life? What
Right.
career do you want? All right. Now that you know what career that you want, what degree or certificate or trade do you need? Because everybody ain't gonna go to college, right? Let's just keep it a buck, right? Some professions don't require a 4-year degree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like let's make sure that we're training these children to have realistic expectations as it relates to money and how they're going to accomplish it, right?
Right.
I was just in what was that? I forgot already. I just left there.
Okay.
uh Geez, where was that? Oh, Georgia, Norcross, Georgia. So I'm talking to the kids, and with my males, everybody want to go to the NBA and NFL. Everybody. That's like, and I kind of blame us as a society because that's what they exposed to.
Right.
That's what they exposed to, and that's what they think got all the money. But I was telling them, I said, listen, everybody ain't gonna go, and if you make it, great. But you can still live a great financial life,
Right.
not being a professional athlete. Because here's the fact of the matter: these everything that's in this book. This applies whether you a janitor or you the starting point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers, or or,
Absolutely.
or or you a doctor. The money rules don't change
Yeah.
because just because you got $1 million contract, don't mean that you set for life. Because it's not about what you make; it's about what you keep.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
So the rules of money, they apply across the board.
Which
Across
is
the board.
why I just dropped in that link, y'all. You need to grab this expeditiously, get it in your world. Again, especially for those of us with children, they need to start understanding this yesterday, like we did yesterday, right? So make sure that you're grabbing this. Listen, we're down to you
And
got
they can get that on Amazon too, as well.
okay.
That yeah, they can get that on Amazon too. Just type in healthy wealth 101 on Amazon. Especially if you got that 2-day boy, you can get it quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Expeditiously, right?
Yes,
So listen,
absolutely.
we kind of have gone all over multiple questions, but this is the one we'll end here. And you got 10. There are 10 in this book, y'all. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 is a whole bunch of them, right? But what do you think tonight? What would be your top 3 things that you want people to walk away with today as it relates to them knowing that it is within their power, regardless of where they are today? It is within their power, within their reach to begin building generational wealth within 10 years. Talk us through that.
Okay. The first thing, and we've touched on it, we've said it multiple times. You got to change your mindset. You
Mine.
gotta you gotta unlearn some of those bad money habits that you learned growing up.
Yeah.
You have to do it because if my slogan is change your mind, change your life. And you have to realize that your parents only taught you what they knew.
That's right.
They
That's
only
so
taught you we're not blaming anybody. They only taught you exactly what they knew,
right.
right? But it comes a point in your life where you have to realize, oh, something ain't right. Like this math ain't mathing. Something ain't right, right? So therefore, you have to unlearn some things and learn some new things in order to get yourself on the right track.
Yes.
All right, to get yourself on the right track, because it starts with the mindset. Because if you start the action, if you ain't got the mindset to back it up, then it ain't gonna last.
That's right.
So you have to have a reason why you're doing it, and it has to make sense to you why you're doing it. So you can say, "Okay, I see the vision. Now let's go ahead and take action." So that mindset is everything. All
Yes.
right, mindset is everything. And then I would say, secondly, um, definitely invest. You got to invest. That's because here's the deal. You you know, like I said, if you don't if your money doesn't work for you, you'll always be working for money. And they say that retirement age is 59 and a half. That's what the government says. Who says that? That ain't got to be your reality.
That's right.
That ain't got to be your reality,
That's
right?
right.
But in order for that to not be your reality, you have to make money work for you at all costs. I mean, traditional inflation is about 3%. So that
Right.
means that the dollar yesterday is only worth 97 cents today. But
Right.
we've realized over these last couple of years, like the cost has been ridiculous, right?
Right.
I mean, 7% in some cases, or even more with just some personal goods. Stuff has just skyrocketed.
Right.
So how do I make my money
Mm,
outpace inflation? Because that's the only way that you're going to be able to sustain the lifestyle that you want in the future is only if your money is continuously growing
so
at a higher rate.
let me stop you. You said $25 a month can make a difference, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, folks. Right now in the chat, I need you to identify where you're gonna get your $25. Because I'm all about action, like strategy and immediately reflect action. Drop it in the chat right now because we're gonna get ready to end this bad baby out. But I need to know where are you gonna find your 25? Is it in your Starbucks visit, like one
Mm-hmm.
less Starbucks visit a week? Uh, is it one less? Like, what is that thing? Right? Y'all drop one less lipstick from Mac. I know I love my lipstick,
and,
right?
and
But
let me
what is it?
let me clarify that $25 a month, because the question that I sometimes get was like, well, Apple is like $185 a share. All right, so you do have some brokerage accounts that allow you to buy partial shares,
Yeah.
but and also, even if you don't have an account that allows you to buy partial shares, the main thing is consistency. So putting that 25 or whatever, of course, more is more. So just putting that $25, moving it to your brokerage account every single month until you have enough to purchase that share. The main thing is adopting the habit, changing that mindset that no matter what, this 25, this 50, this 100, this 200 is going over there every single month. And you know what I'm saying? That way I can continuously, build that mind, build that memory, that muscle memory, so I can go ahead and start investing on a consistent basis. Because like with kids, they don't do what you say, they do what you do.
Mm,
Right?
facts,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? You already know how that goes. You
I
already
call
know.
it walking the talk. That's what I
You know what I'm
call
saying? So
it.
they like, that's what we doing. Okay, well, I need me an account. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to do. You have to. That consistency is key. You got to be consistent with it.
I love it.
Got to be consistent with it.
All right. How do people find you? How can they follow you? Because we didn't even get to the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. We just we
Where
just
have
we
to come
sprinkled a
back
little bit.
another time, right? But
Yeah,
there is so much to this. But at the same time, I want people to walk away knowing that it's doable. It's not so complex. It's not beyond your reach. It is within our power, regardless. And I cannot say it enough because again, we I grew up in poverty too, right? It is
hmm
within our power to make these massive shifts, starting with simple habits that can drastically
absolutely,
change generations. What we are paying forward, right? So,
absolutely.
how can people follow you? How can schools book you? How can we get connected with you? And again, I've dropped it several times, y'all. Go ahead and order yours tonight. Matter of fact, that's investment. The book is an investment that you need.
Correct. So, yeah, so you can get in contact with me at JaMauryNorris.com, www.JaMauryNorris.com, if you want to book me for your schools or your professional developments. Like you said, because school teachers don't make a lot of money, but hey, it's still possible. It's still possible, right? So yeah, you can reach me. You can reach me there for bookings for speaking engagements. If you want to follow me on social media, JaMaury Norris on IG, JaMaury Norris on Facebook. Yeah, so that's pretty much JaMaury Norris. You put that in your Google, something gonna pop up.
I love it. So y'all know how we end every time. I need you to drop right now. What are you doing based on the information you got tonight? One takeaway, and then I need you to also I am making boss moves this week. So what's your one takeaway? Drop that thing in there. What's your one takeaway from all of these amazing nuggets? And then also drop, I'm making boss moves this week. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to read the same quote that I started with because the first time I read it a long time ago, it stuck. And then when I read it again, it's just like, okay, slap in the face. Poor people live day to day. Middle class people live month to month. Rich people live year to year. And wealthy people live generation to generation. And y'all know being a boss is about making impact. It's about making generational impact. And such a huge component of that has to deal with how we are managing our money. It's been a great night. Make sure that you've liked, shared, and ordered your book. Y'all have a great night. It's been a pleasure to have you. And thank you so much, Mr. Norris. We
Absolutely.
appreciate all of your gems. So much success continue to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Be boss, y'all. Be boss.